You know, I say confidence is perishable, use it or lose it. You know, the body's perishable, use it or lose it. You know, you've got to test it in order to grow it. So yeah, we go to the gym and we hit failure because failure is a friend. Failure helps us to grow. We welcome failure. You know, fear and failure, I think, are the real assets, artillery to really transform and grow if we're honest enough to look at them as assets and not rejection or negativity. So the same way with this is that, you know, working smarter, not harder, using all of our tools, you know, to really build something. Not being fixated on what everyone else does, you know, but the balance, seeing that there's many different ways to do it. And these little things, when I say, you know, your confidence is perishable, it is. You have to test it. Going up to that good-looking girl that you think's way out of your league and saying hello, take some balls, man. But you're challenging yourself, you're building your confidence. Even if she says no, who cares? Everyone's failed. Every hero in the world, role model, failed. Society doesn't remember the failures, they just remember if you succeed. Remember if you showed up. Remember if you gave a shit. You know, make sure you're one of those people that does show up, not sits there as a critic and points their fucking finger at everyone else's misfortunes or missed opportunities when they haven't even tried it themselves. Don't be an expert on something you've never tried. That's called a fucking critic. But in order to grow your confidence, you do little tests like this, different little things. You see every little small innuendo, your friends' stories or despair and stuff. You talk to them, you open up, you lend yourself to them because you learn something from it too. And you challenge your confidence. You know, you don't stay around the same circle of loser friends. You try to find a more elevated friend, someone that brings the best out of you, that challenges you, that keep growing it and growing it and growing it, man. You know, that's what keeps you young. That's what keeps you excited. That's what keeps you getting up in the morning for a purpose. So it's all about the balance, guys. When you start saying things like, you know, I hope it is fucking hard. I hope it's so fucking hard that no one can do it. That way, when I do it, I'm that much more ahead of everybody. I want it so fucking hard, to be so hard and so challenging that when I get it, man, I reap all the reward. I don't want luck in the equation because I don't need it. You start saying terms like that, man, you're someone that believes it. You got confidence. I don't give a shit what the endeavor is. You're gonna find a way to do it. That's the differential right there. That's the confidence that no matter what's in front of you, the never say die attitude drives you through it. And all your shortcomings and your failures along the way don't set you back, but just gives you a report card of where your weaknesses are and your strengths so you can rebuild that weak chain of life to continue the path to success. Asking how hard it is looking for second place. Saying I hope it's fucking hard and no one can do it, because that way when I do it, I'm the sole survivor. That's somebody that's gonna fucking do it. Not only do it, raise the motherfucking bar. I have no doubts that guy's gonna do it. That's how you gotta be, man. Before you embark on it, you've got to believe that strongly that you will cross that finish line. And guys, when you're on the, you know, when you're in the gym and you're seeing this poor guy or poor girl, whatever else, really putting in a valiant effort, man, really trying to do some good stuff here, but just doesn't have the mindset of where they're going. They doesn't have the directional path of success. They're willing to work hard, but they're going east to west when they need to go north. Help them out. By you helping them out, it helps you understand what you're saying. Being a teacher is a great way to learn what you're actually telling them in your own endeavors. It goes hand in hand. It's a win-win, man. Where you give is where you get to. Find out what your direction is. Marry that with successive information and knowledge. And don't be somebody that's just going through the motions. Someone that's just going through the motions isn't mentally attached. And when you're not mentally attached, you don't have that mind-body connection, man. Your actions then don't have results. But when you are connected, mentally, you understand what you're doing physically. Therefore, your actions have a reason. When your actions have a reason, then they have a result. That's a great thing, because the training process of transform requires a lot of work, a marathon, not a sprint. And when your work is getting results, it motivates you. See, I came in here for a solid goal, I achieved it, now I'm motivated to do it again tomorrow. That will keep you on the path. Far too often, people are putting all this work in, but they're going backwards and they don't even know it. And so after a month or so, they're like, dude, man, I don't see this shit. It's a waste of fucking time. I'm done. And they throw in the towel. And they were right there, man. They had it all, but they just didn't have the information. Help these people out, man. I swear, you helping them out is going to make you feel better, and you'll get a better workout for it. Gregplitt, thanks for watching. And at the end of the day, you gotta be a little selfish. You gotta make yourself whole. You gotta love yourself before you can love somebody else, is what I'm trying to say. So these people around you, if they aren't providing a purpose, if they aren't, you know, a purpose of motivation because they're successful, or they're inspiring, they make you laugh, or they make you feel good, keep them. If they're draining on you and they're just a debt to society, kick them the fuck off the dock, man. Throw them down. You don't need them in your life. They will bring you down and decrease your potential of who you can be. Not only people, guys. I'm talking about negative energy in work environments and social settings. You know, find out if it's working, guys, and do not fall into a comfort trap. A comfort zone is your danger zone. Just because it's comfortable, it's probably wrong. I know it sounds weird, but we all get all comfortable and we go through the motions and it's rehearsal, and we no longer are thinking, it's just comfortable. No, if it's comfortable, you're not forced to adapt to anything new. So therefore, you're not growing anymore, you know, intellectually or physically. You're just going through the fucking motions. Going through the motions is going to be repeat resolutions every single year, guys. What I'm saying is that if you're in a job opportunity that you need the kind of money, but you absolutely hate it, you know, and you always wanted to kind of break loose of that, why not try it, man? What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? You fail, but you're happy, meaning that you did something. You decided to do it. You said you're gonna do it, and you did it. If it doesn't work out, at least you know the outcome. You know. I much rather try and fail than wonder what if the rest of my life if I could have won. You know what I mean? I'd rather fail 300 times. Everyone that's out there that's ever succeeded anything in life, guys, that have really done something inspirational and is a historical landmark and person of society. They failed 1,000 times before they achieved that one thing. Don't think that your first failure means you're going to fail totally. No, that's your report card. That's the greatest thing in life when you fail. Because in failure, you find out where your shortcomings are. So then you can apply your efforts to improve those shortcomings and make the whole picture better, guys. If you don't fail, then you don't know what to improve. You just keep improving your strengths without ever having to improve your failure. That right there is bullshit. That's your comfort zone, because you don't want to be comfortable, man. You always want to be pushing the envelope. So you guys are in a busted situation, whether relationship or work. You know, take a look at it, man. Is it working? Is it workable? If it's not, you know, maybe it's time to cut it loose. I know it's scary, you know, but you will find a new person inside of yourself for doing it. You know, I know you're not alone. Everybody I know in my personal life, in the industry that I'm in, has faced this adversity, this recession. The recession is a universal term, meaning it affects the strongest of the strong and the weakest of the weak, the richest and the poorest, and everything in between. Everyone is getting hit by this. I feel this situation that we're in is one to embrace and embark on. This is a situation that you will find your true colors of life. You also see the true colors of your friends right now. Everything rises to the surface. There's no more bullshit right now, because shit has hit the fan. And who's going to stand up? Once everything else if your foundation, guys, is built upon your looks, or your body, or the money you have, or the family you have, if that is the rock of which you've built your identity from, well, when shit hits the fan, that motherfucker crumbles, and then you're left lossless. You don't know what to do. You've lost your identity in life. It's not until you build the foundation of self-worth, integrity, principle, character, sacrifice, due diligence, work ethic, sweat equity, those blocks that we learn in the gym will stand the test of time, will remain standing after the greatest storms. Because you know who you were before the success. Those blocks gave you the success. And if the success crumbles, those blocks will still bear the fruit of greater success later. You can count on them. If you win the lottery and you get all this money, you're not rich. You're just about 5 months away from being poor again, because you don't understand the concept of it all. You have to go through the trial and error of life, like Sam's talking about, that he's going through right now, to find out what you're made of. This time right now is not a bad time. It's a challenging time. And in hard times, the outcome of hard times, if you make it through,